Here we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. It's midweek check-in time. Hold on, let me fix my camera. I just tried it a couple minutes ago and it didn't work, so. All right. Hello, everybody. You know what time it is. It's midweek check-in time. I just wanted to hop on and say hello and check in with you guys tonight. So if you are here, go ahead and say hello to me. Put your name in the comments. Let me know where you're joining from. Wave to me. Don't be sneaky. You know, I don't like that. Okay. So tonight I want to talk to you guys about the month and then just the things that we have going on from now until the end of the year. Okay, so tonight's topic is, should we push through or relax and reflect? Okay, so that's what I want to talk about tonight. And so if you are joining me, go ahead and let me know that you're here. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and hit hashtag replay so I know that you're here. This feels really bright. Hold on, let me just adjust my situation. I just feel like the lighting is kind of off. Hold on. Is that better? I feel like it's really, really bright. I don't know. But we're going to work it out. Okay, so tonight I just want to talk to you guys about the thoughts that I'm having, because I always have thoughts. And if you guys have comments or questions, you go ahead and put them in the chat. But like I said, if you're here, let me know that you're here. Say hello to me. Wave. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and hit hashtag replay. So if you are back, welcome back. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, welcome. My name is Sharana Patrice, and I am the go-to empowerment and lifestyle coach who teaches women how to build a life that they love, or a life that they think is impossible. Okay. And how I do that is I like working with women who are actually trying to figure out how to navigate their career, whether that means finding something that's more fulfilling with what they're doing, or branching out and starting a business. Okay. So that's just a little bit about me. And tonight I really just wanted to talk to you guys about how you're going to go through the next month and close out the end of 2019. So I don't know if you guys also, I heard that a couple of you missed the Quick Tip Tuesday. So for the rest of the month, I'm doing a best of 2019. So there aren't going to be any new tips that I'm posting, but I'm doing the best of. So some of the tips that have received the most engagement, feedback, and impact, those are the ones that I'm highlighting for the month. Okay, so I did post a tip yesterday. So if you missed it, go ahead and scroll through. You can see the replay. I also posted it on Instagram. So I post it on Tuesdays every week. Okay. So for the rest of the month, you will still be getting the quick tips. I'm not sure. A couple of people said that they missed it. They didn't see it. I did post it, but I did have a couple of issues yesterday. I don't know, technical issues. There's always technical issues around me going on. So I did post it. So if you missed it, you can go ahead and look at the replay. You could just do a search for quick tips and you'll see the latest one that gets pulled up. So the tip that I reposted for this week was mind your business. Okay, that was a good one, and it's very relevant. It's always relevant. Okay, we should always be minding our business and focusing on what we need to be doing and how we need to be navigating our lives, right? And focusing on what makes us happy and focusing on the things that we need to be doing. So if you missed the quick tip, go ahead and check that out. If you have a favorite quick tip that you want me to highlight, because I already have in my mind the ones that I'm going to repost, or like the best of 2019, like my favorite ones. So if you have one that you want me to highlight, go ahead and let me know. You can put it in the comments here, or you can send me a message and let me know. Okay. So tonight I just wanted to talk to you guys about either pushing through or relaxing and reflecting. And so what I mean by that is, in this moment, you actually have a choice to determine how you're going to move through these next few weeks and how you're going to close out the year. So for some people, that means pushing through. And when I say push through, I mean, there may be some last minute goals that you're really trying to hit. There may be some things that you want to get done before the end of the year, and you just want to push through until the last second, the last minute to get those things done. Okay, so that's what that means. And then on the other side of that, some of you may be like, you know what? I feel like I've done, what I need to do as far as like action for the year. And right now I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to relax and I'm going to reflect on what I have already accomplished and what I have already done for the year. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's really just about how you feel in the moment and where you are. So personally for me, where I am is I'm more of in a reflection, relaxation mode. So I'm ready to kind of wind it down, shut it down for the year, because I just need that space and that time to just, woosah for a minute. And then also, to caveat off that, or I guess to build off of that, I also want to get ready and prepared going into the next year. So we talked about creating your blueprint. I did post a video about that. So if you are still working on that or don't know what that is, or you feel like you need to create one for yourself going into the next year, you can see that video too. I posted it on, I posted it on the Facebook page. So you can do a search for that, for the blueprint. That video is very, very helpful. I kind of walk you through just kind of the process that I go through and like the steps that you can take to try to come up with your plan for next year, right? Or at least some goals of the things that you want to accomplish going into the next year. Okay, so check that out. I actually am still in the process of doing that, you guys. I started that like a couple months ago, just thinking through, brainstorming and narrowing it down. And now I'm kind of in a pause situation because I'm trying to determine what's going to be the most important, the things that I really want to focus on, right? It's not going to be a lot for me. It's going to be like maybe 3, if that. I already have in my mind the major thing that I really want to accomplish, but I've been working on that because I'm just slow. I move slow. I need time. That's why I started that like a couple months ago, and I posted that because for people who are like me and they need that time, or you just want to start thinking about things, and you take your time and you're slow and steady, that's me. So I started the process. I'm not completely done because I've actually hit this point where I am trying to determine like which direction I'm going to go in. I don't know if I'm going to keep going in the same direction or if I'm going to switch some things up. I just want to make sure I am doing things in a way that makes me feel good and that works well for my business, and like creating a life that's going to make me feel happy. So on top of all the things that I want to accomplish, like success wise, and defining what that means also, like what does success mean to me, what does happiness mean to me, and how does that look in my business going forward. So that's the mode that I'm in. I'm in the relaxation and reflection mode. So and speaking of that, so that's why I said I'm doing the best of 2019. So I'm going to be creating more quick tips going into the future or going into 2020. But for right now, I'm not going to be posting any new ones, but I will be highlighting, like I said, the best of 2019. So they're going to be good. They're always going to be good. Okay. They're quick tips and they're life tips, and they're tips that can help you no matter what time of the year, no matter when it is. Right. So, excuse me, but going forward, if you guys, I know I've invited you before to go ahead and schedule a pulse check call. So that is my free consult. If you want to talk about, if you're interested in coaching, or you've thought about coaching and you're not really sure how to get started or what to do, or you have questions about it and maybe you're hesitant, you're not sure if it's for you, or maybe you do have things and goals that you want to accomplish, you want to talk to someone, I would suggest you go ahead and schedule your pulse check call. It's like I said, a free consult. It's about 20 to 25 minutes. We talk about like the pain points, the things that you're struggling with, or the things that you are finding to be challenging. And like I said, typically the women that I work with, they are most of the time they're dealing with having to make a decision about their career, right? So maybe they feel unfulfilled with their job, or maybe they, they're in a career that they really love, but they're not quite sure how to like maneuver and navigate, trying to figure out, okay, where do they need to go? What do they need to do to be more successful or to be happier just in their day to day, right? And sometimes it is figuring out like if that is the career for them, or if there's something else that they should be doing. And then along with that comes all these other things, right, you guys? So a lot of times we think it's our career, or we may think it's, maybe it's the relationship, but we don't really know. There's a lot of factors in our lives that play a role in adding to our health and our happiness, okay? So you may think it's one thing, but then when you start getting down into the weeds and start really digging into what makes you happy, what do you want to do, and making those decisions for your life, you start to really pick through and get to the core of the problem and what the issue is and how to resolve that, okay? So that is part of what I do and how I help my clients navigate through some of those blocks, because a lot of times we can feel stuck. We may think we know, and sometimes we do know, and then sometimes we feel like we don't know, and sometimes we feel confused, and a lot of times we don't want to make the wrong decision, so we don't do anything, right? So there's a lot of different nuances, but like I said, I invite you to schedule the call, because if you can schedule that call, we can talk, we can figure out, okay, is coaching right for you? Is that specifically what you need? And am I the right coach for you? Will we be a good fit to work together, and that sort of thing? And I can talk to you about my program and explain all the details of how we could work together. Okay, so I'm only bringing this up because, like I said, I'm in the more reflective relaxation mode. So as the weeks go on, I'm getting ready to shut it down for the year. So I think after next week, my calendar is closed for until the end of the year. So if you are interested in doing a call, and you maybe thought about it, and maybe you've been a little bit hesitant, and you're thinking, oh, I'll just do it later, I'm telling you, before the holidays, if you want to get that in, I suggest you go ahead and book it before. I think I'm open through the end of, is it next week? Or maybe the week after. I'm not sure what the date is on that. I want to say it's like the 16th. Hold on, let me check. I'm going to look it up because I don't even really know. Where is the calendar? Where is the calendar? Do I have a calendar on here? Let me see. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right, let me pull this up real quick. But anyways, if you want to schedule the call, let's see. Yeah, so I want to say the 18th is the last day that before the end of this year, if you want to go ahead and schedule a call, because I'm going to close the calendar through the end of the year, and then I'll open it back up in 2020. Okay, so if you're interested and you're thinking that you want to do it, go ahead and get on the calendar now. And for the pulse check calls, like I said, they're 20-25 minutes. So if you're interested, go ahead and book your call today. All right, so just wanted to put that out there. And then so back to what I was saying. So as far as where you are in this moment, as far as whether you want to push through and get those last minute goals in, good, great, do it. If you want to relax, reflect, good, great, do it. But my point is, you have to do what's best for you. So whatever you feel is the thing you should be doing right now, you should go ahead and honor that and do it, okay? And again, I'm going to just reiterate this point. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter if people are like doing blowout sales, and and I'm talking specifically to the entrepreneurs out there. So, people may be doing sales, and people may be, launching programs or getting ready to launch for into the new year, whatever they're doing. That's great, that's fine. But if that's not what you're feeling inside, and if your body's telling you, because you have to pay attention, okay, it's time to rest, or it's time to relax, it's time to reflect, you've already done what you needed to do. Now it's time to assess and reflect on, okay, what have I accomplished? What have I done? What are the things that worked well? What are the things that didn't work well? What are the things I want to shift and change? All of that to me is part of like my process. And then regardless if you choose to push through and, like I said, go after those last minute goals, hit those targets, whatever that is for you, regardless if you choose to do that, you should also build in time before the end of the year to reflect and to kind of figure out what your plan is for the next year. Okay, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to get it doesn't make it complicated. It doesn't have to be like crazy. It could just be very simple. Okay, maybe you pick one thing. Like I said, no more than 3. My golden number is like 3, like no more than 3, because I feel like when you start, it just gets to be too much. But if you want to start thinking about what you want to do and going into the next year, just make it really simple. It doesn't have to be hard, okay? So, but I do encourage you to do that, to just take a minute. Even if you are going to push through, like you need to give yourself some time to figure out, okay, like what are you going to do for next year? What is the plan? Or like kind of what are you thinking, okay? I feel like the more that you have an idea and a plan about what you're going to do, the more likely you are to accomplish the thing you want or the goals you want, right? Whatever that is. So, like I said, so tell me in the comments, which person are you, or where are you right now in this moment? Because that's another thing. I feel like maybe in this moment you're like, you know what, I have these goals, I set these you know, targets that I want to hit. Or maybe it's like, even if you're not an entrepreneur, it could be like within your career. Maybe there are things that maybe there's training you wanted to get done before the end of the year. Maybe there's reading that you want to accomplish. Maybe it's in your personal life. Maybe there's some things you want to get in order. Like I said, this is like a few months ago, I said this, you know, you really got to handle your business. That was another quick tip, right? Handle your business. So whatever that is, do what is required. Like, you need to go to the doctor, wrap up your appointments. If you need to go get your healthcare situated, if you need to financially, like, get things in order, set things up for the end of the year, or to close things out, or to prepare for the next year, right? If you have an idea in your mind about, you know, savings or money, like things you want to do financially, like, make sure you handle that, okay? So don't keep procrastinating and putting it off, okay? If that's where you are, right? If you're there, great. If you're not, that's okay too. So, but you gotta be where you are and do what's best for you. Doesn't matter what Sally next to you is doing. Doesn't matter what John is over here doing. It really doesn't matter. It's about what you need to do, okay? And we talked about this, not last week. I don't think I did a live last week. That was Thanksgiving. But the week before, you have to be really mindful of the distractions, okay? Do not let what everybody else is doing sway you or persuade you to do what you don't need to be doing, okay? You know what's best for you in this time. You know if you need to shut it down and relax. You know if you need to push forward and, you know, get that last little whatever goal in. You know if it's time to just like woosah, or maybe like right now you're going to push through into a certain date and then you're going to like just chill out and, you know, make a plan for the next year. It doesn't matter what you choose to do. I just encourage you to do what's best for you. Because I feel like a lot of times we are so concerned with what everyone else is doing. We are, you know, very inclined to compare our current moment with somebody's highlight reel of what they're doing. Or again, maybe you see someone and they're succeeding, or that, you know, whatever they're doing for them is working, and you're just like, okay, well, maybe I should do that too. And you try and it doesn't work. It means that's not your thing. Okay. So you have the right answer for you. Okay. And regardless of what everyone else is doing, you got to do what's best for you. All right. Okay. So I'm not gonna be on here long. Okay. Cause you know, I can go, I can talk, I can really just, I mean, we could talk about some other things, but tonight I just wanted to focus on those two, what you're going to do, right? So you get to decide. The choice is yours. What do you choose? Are you going to push through to the last minute, get those goals in? Are you going to shut it down, relax, reflect, and really think about, you know, what you've accomplished, where you've been, what you've done? And honestly, even if, like I said, even if you choose to push through at some point, take a minute to reflect on the things that you have accomplished this year, the things that you have achieved, because I'm sure you've done great things. Okay. So give yourself credit where it's due. Don't cheat yourself, you know, and that's okay. If you want to have bigger and better goals next year, great. But like, give yourself a minute, pat yourself on the back, and acknowledge where you've come from, how, you know, how far you've come and what you've done. All right. So don't, you know, cheat yourself out of that. All right. Okay. So if you guys don't have any questions, let me see. I don't see anything in here. I don't see anything. You know how I am about these comments and stuff. All right, so if you guys like this video, go ahead and thumbs it up, share it with your friends, or if you know someone that you feel like may need to hear this, go ahead and tag them, okay? I will, like I said, I'm getting ready to shut it down, so I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. Right now, I'm getting ready to go into hibernation mode. So I may do a live next week. It just depends on how I'm feeling, okay? But not too much longer after that. I'm going to shut it down until the end of the year, into 2020. I'm going to like get myself together and figure out what's the plan for 2020. And then I will proceed accordingly, all right? So if you guys don't see me, that's what's going on. I'm just reflecting, relaxing, and getting ready to go when it's time to go, all right? So if you have questions or if you want to reach out to me, you are more than welcome to do that. You can go ahead and post in the comments. You can also send me a DM. That's a good way to reach me. You can either DM me on Facebook, you can DM me on Instagram, and I will will get back to you. All right. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I love you. And I am so happy that you're here. And let's go ahead and close out the year however we choose to do that. All right, you guys. All right. So I will see you in the next video. Have a good night.